Move your feet, move your feet.
Right there, that was what we want.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome, everybody. A new season is upon us. I'm Rob Brooks. This is the head coach of your Drexel Dragons, Bruiser Flint. And as we get ready for a new season, Coach, a lot of buzz around the team already. We haven't even got started, and already people are talking about the Dragons picked to win the CAA this year. Were you surprised by it, and how did it make you feel when you found out?
I was a little surprised we got picked to win it, but I knew they were going to pick us pretty high. I mean, we do return 6 or 7 players, and 2 all-league players are returning. So I thought that we'd get picked second. I didn't think we'd get picked first, but some things have happened to George Mason. They lost their coach. They lost one of their better players. They lost a couple seniors. So I wasn't surprised. I mean, I didn't expect it, but I wasn't really surprised when people picked us to win it.
Now, last year's game, the last game of the season, VCU, wasn't a lot of fun. What do you tell the guys after that, and do you use that, as motivation going forward? How do they react to that?
Well, I think the motivation came in that we didn't get picked for anything. We didn't play in any postseason. We had a great year, 21 wins. We won some big games. In our league, as everybody knows, it was really good. And then in the end, we actually came back and we were practicing to go and play in postseason. And we didn't get picked. I think that's been the motivation for the guys. I think it's been the motivation, and it also has been the thing where say, okay, we got to handle our business when we're supposed to handle our business. So we can understand that we can easily be left out, even though we've had a good year. Then we have to. We know that we got to get ready and be ready to take on this challenge.
Now, you talked about the fact that you got a lot of guys coming back. Talk about the role that you expect them to play in helping to move this thing forward.
Well, my big thing is everybody should get better each year. I thought last year Derek and Daryl and Chris got better. Chris becoming an all-league player after being Rookie of the Year. So I'm hoping Franz and Tarte take that next step, just like those guys did. And Sammy going from a kid who's become an all-league player to, I'm hoping Player of the Year. You know what I mean? So if those guys can get better each year in, that just makes us a better team.
Well, you talk about guys getting better, and of course that all begins in practice. Got a chance to mic you up at practice, and we're going to take a look at some of that right now.
Let's go. Work on getting balls open. Make them work. Sit. You okay? You okay? Your first look is where if you don't shoot it. Got to look. And you got to get to the corner on the exchange. You got to get to the corner. That's it, TT. Good defense, Damien. Here we go. Go. Come on, Sauce. Hold it. What are you doing? Got to be on the attack. Right? Here we go. Bang. Good pass. Bang. He throws it out. He helps. Bang. Boom. Get in here. Yo, Sauce, you can't get in between. Either I'm going to cut or what? I'm going to stay or I'm going to screen up. You can't stand in the middle. If I'm going to come off a curl, it got to be tight. Come on down. Come on down. Screen. Where'd you screen him at? You're too low. Move up. Up. Up is that way. For y'all guys who got thousands on the SATs, y'all be struggling sometimes. Good job, guys. Way to clear it for him. Play. Sorry. Play. That's it. There you go. There you go. That's it. That's all right, Cass. He fouled you. Good job. Good job. That's it, Cass. Way to clear him some space, guys. Now, guys, you can't throw that pass in the game. You got to bounce pass it. You can't just throw it like that. All right, guys? Step and bounce pass. Lob it. Guys are throwing passes like that, and that's why we never get a high-low. Come on, Damien. Step across and be physical. Sit now. Swing through. Now, I know that's Daryl you're playing against, right? So what he does is he just does what? Literally just throws you out the way. So don't run around him. Use your footwork on him, all right? He wants to just move you, right? Footwork, because he'll find him getting behind you, right? You're trying to, because he got you like that. Footwork, spin and seal. Good job, play, play. That's it. Way to get in his vision, get shot. Now, I keep my dribble so I don't do what now? Turn it over. I still got the ball, right? And you drove it to the corner, what you're supposed to do. You posted space, and you made a good play.
Clearly things have been pretty intense this fall. What have you seen on the positive side from the guys in practice so far?
Well, one of the things I will say, this is because of our freshmen, I think it's more competitive in terms of, so I'm hoping that they take that into to where everybody makes each other a little bit better. We got a lot of new freshmen here. And I think those guys they've been pretty good. So the games and the practices have been a lot more competitive. Guys know that, at times you'll have a team where your second group is not really that good. Well, we don't really have that problem this year, and I think it only makes the team better.
And there have been times in the past where, due to injuries and guys not being there, you really couldn't get a good practice going.
You couldn't get a good practice. You got the coaches out there. You know what I mean? They're breaking down. All right. So, but this year, with the bodies that we have and the young kids that we have, I think they bring some energy, and I think that's made a big difference in our practices.
Well, go to the flip side now. What are some of the things in practice that you've seen? You're like, all right, look, you guys got to work on this. This is not going to go on all season.
Well, one of the things our freshmen got to get our defense down, because that's the deal. We got to play D, we got to rebound the ball. So freshmen got to really pick it up in terms of our defense. One of the things we really talked about as a team getting better at was shooting the ball from the three. Although we didn't have a lot of three-point shooters, and so Chris was really the only guy really let shoot threes. And not only that, something simple as foul shooting. Our foul shooting is terrible. So we've really been talking about doing those types of things. But just bringing the freshmen on, I tell the young guys it's your responsibility now to sort of like guide these guys and let them know this is the type of tempo you got to play with. Pay attention to this or that and the other. So and then our freshmen got to pick it up and be ready to willing to do it.
You talk about your freshmen. Are there any of the younger guys who could see significant minutes and become a big part of this team early?
Well, we didn't have much depth last year. We closed our eyes when we had to go to our bench at times once we went past Darte and Chris. But I think they will, because we just need to add a depth. I thought last year a couple guys wore down because of the minutes they were playing. So, with the added depth, Tavon Allen, Damian, those guys will play because, one, we lost a senior from last year. So those guys will play a little bit for us. And I'm hoping I get one big guy, either Casey or Kasimbe, to come in and play for us and be able to get that fourth big guy out there.
Now, you're a Philly guy. Everybody knows Bruiser Flint. Everybody likes to talk to Bruiser Flint. So what we did is we went out and we got some people to pose some questions to the coach. So everybody wants to know what's going on with Bruiser Flint. So let's hear from the fans. Give them an opportunity to talk to the head coach of the Dragons, Bruiser Flint.
Hey, Coach. I know you've been harping on Sammy for his foul shooting, and I can relate because I'm honestly pretty bad too. So my question is, how's he been doing this season, and what are the tips you're giving him to get better?
Well, I hope he shoots it, but we've been working with him a little bit. But for him, his form wasn't bad. So what we found out, we actually filmed him, and our golf coach actually helped us out with it. One thing about foul shooting, you want to get in a routine. So we got a better routine for him, got his breathing better, and so we hope that helps out with his foul shooting.
Hey, Coach, I know it's your first game against Riders at 6 a.m. What are your thoughts about having to play so early, and do you have any special plans to get your team ready before dawn?
Yeah, we're going to actually practice at 5 a.m. a couple of days before we go play at 6. And I think ESPN is punishing us. We played at 6, we played at 10, we played at 8, and now we're playing at 6. So the only time you can play before that is at midnight, and I think you have to send us to Hawaii. So maybe that might be the next thing for us.
Hey, Coach. So I heard that last year you were voted the best dressed coach in the country. I'm a huge fan of the team, but I'm an even bigger fan of your get-ups on game days. So is it an important title to you to have, and do you have any big plans for this year?
I never have any. I like clothes, so I never really have anything special lined up. But, I like clothes. I always have. And, I'm in the business where you got to get dressed up a little bit. So I always say you might as well look good doing it. So, I just like clothes. So I don't really have anything special, though.
Coach, we know you look good in a suit. You prove that year in year, day in and day out. Coach is always sharp no matter where he is. But how you feel about your bathing suit? We're going to the Virgin Islands. We're going to have some time down in the sun. You excited about that trip?
Well, I'm excited about the trip, but I won't be in my bathing suit because, Coach, on those trips, we don't go anywhere. I'll be in my room most of the time watching tape. These games are for real. It's not like when we went to Turkey where we really just went to a lot of sightseeing and all that stuff. There was no practicing. I got to get ready for the next game. So it's a great trip because it's a good tournament. I mean, this tournament's become one of the better tournaments in the country, preseason tournaments in the country. Good teams. Marquette ranked in the top 25. Virginia, at the team, they say could be a top 30 team. So we're going to play against some good teams. But it's a good trip for the guys and good competition.
Well, Coach, a good early trip in the season. We're going to get home, get some home games this year in the preseason. We're looking forward to a really good season. And can't wait to see you out there running up and down doing your thing.
I'm going to sit down this year. I'm not going to stand up. I'm just going to sit down. That's what I'm telling everybody. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to relax this year. So I didn't make any bets on it, but I told them I'm going to sit down and relax.
What's the over-under on that? Well, a different style of coaching from head coach Bruiser Flint this year. Thanks a lot for taking some time out for us.
All right.
That's your head coach Bruiser Flint. I'm Robert Brooks, and we will see you the next time around here on the Drexel Coaches Show.